And welcome back to They Don't Tell You. I'm Steve Green.
Some stuff that they do not tell you in life.
That they do not tell you what about.
You have to find out for yourself or via us who have made many mistakes in it.
Yes.
Probably.
And hopefully we can help you not make the same ones.
Agreed.
So today, indeed, we are talking about relationship questions. People have a lot of problems in their relationships out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are trying to be a guiding light to help you through and navigate those waters.
Yeah. I like to say we're not experts at anything, but I feel like we're pretty good.
Pretty dang good at it.
At having a healthy relationship.
And diagnosing when, okay, maybe there's a problem here.
Yeah.
How are we going to fix it?
Yeah.
In a productive way.
As a team.
I think we're very good at that.
Yeah, I do. I will pat ourselves on the back about that. We're coming up on 12 years together.
And
here.
I love this woman.
Yeah.
Can't say it enough. Say it to her every day.
Same.
I'm obsessed with this absolute B.
I love this woman.
Excuse me? You love yourself?
Oh, this one.
Yeah, shut up. Don't call me that again. Ever. Again. It's
I
very
called her
embarrassing.
a woman.
It's very embarrassing on our podcast. Okay, so check this out. Caught a guy in my girlfriend's bed last night.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not a hot start.
So last night, me and my girlfriend got in a bit of an argument that she initiated. And then after, I just bit my tongue and apologized to her. She completely ignored the apology and went on about something else. The argument was that I didn't feel comfortable with her hanging out with this guy in her room alone, especially after he made some uncomfortable verbal advances to her. She then later in the night told me she understood and she wouldn't have him in her room anymore. But then she went
Our
MIA.
room, so they share a room.
Yeah.
Okay.
In her room anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you initially said.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
But then she went MIA for 2 hours. I got a little curious, and something deep inside me kept telling me to go over to her house. Like an echoing voice in the back of my head saying, go to her house.
Intuition.
So I eventually went over to her house after I got off my second job. And as I pulled in, she texted saying she's been reading a book. I text her regularly. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I hope you're enjoying the book. I think she was. Right after that text, I walk into her room. And right away, I see this guy we just had the discussion about laid up in her bed. She tried saying that his ribs were broken and he needed help.
What?
But she's not a nurse nor a doctor. So I'm like, what the F? Why would your friends drop him off at your house?
Right.
Why not take him to the hospital?
100%.
He could have internal bleeding or something along those lines. So I'm obviously upset and losing my mind. He starts talking to me. And then I end up threatening him, but I didn't hurt anyone. She kept saying he can't afford the hospital, but I mean, man, you're going to have to go to the hospital over some broken ribs eventually, LOL. So this is all very suspicious from the jump.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's even like considering this is potentially
entertaining
true.
This.
What an idiot.
Well, I think it's smart though to take like...
Yeah, to just logically attack it.
To take exactly. To like, okay, let's see what you're saying and like, let's pretend that's true.
Yeah.
And here are all the reasons why that doesn't even work.
So this was all very suspicious from jump. Especially after she just told me she wouldn't have this guy in her room alone anymore.
Yeah, and she was reading a book.
She then texted, yeah, totally. She lied about that.
Exactly.
Like, hey, I was taking care of my friend. His ribs are hurt.
Dead to rights
so
right there.
Bad.
Like, why would you lie about it?
You're an idiot, chick.
Yeah.
She then texted me and said that she knows she effed up for not telling me, but she wasn't sorry for it. So I broke up with her right then and there.
Good.
Mind you, she has a habit of lying to me about various things.
Yeah.
Each time I've broken up with her over something along those lines, she's called back to me, begging for me back and acting like she's changed. But at this point, I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted and drained. I don't even want to eat or go to work. I've only been eating once a day, and the last month has caused me to go into deep depression over her. How do I move on and heal?
Yeah, I hope this is because you're young, because like it's a good lesson to learn early. Liars are just liars. They don't change.
Yep.
I've definitely dated.
Saying she's not sorry is wild.
I've dated 2 back-to-back liars that just lie, and they just like, I think they have like a problem. I think they have like something wrong in their brain that like they compulsively lie. And like even warning the second one that I didn't want to date a liar, and that if they wanted to lie to me that we should just not be together. He still lied to me all the time, and I would catch him all the time. And then, but it's just so hard. It's because they seem legit when they come back and they're like, I'm so sorry, like I own up to all my lies, and then they like say they're gonna change. They don't.
Yeah.
They won't. I don't don't think they're capable, to be honest. I don't think they're capable.
Yeah.
So like good riddance, and you'll move on, and just be aware of liars.
Like, you have to stick up for yourself too.
Yeah, you do. You have to draw a line in the sand.
Yeah.
And you cannot let them weasel their way back in like they always. They're really good at weaseling.
And they will disrespect you over and over and over again.
Because they know what they can get away with.
Yeah.
They've been lying their whole lives. You think they're not a pro at weaseling their way back in? That's what they do. So like, yeah, that's how they get away with things. They continuously push the limit. They, see where your boundaries are, and they push them even further. And it's just not okay. And so the sooner that you can, learn to set your foot down and stick with it, the better. And I'm happy that happened for you. It sucks that it happened. It sucks that you have feelings for her still.
Yeah.
But like, it's really good to not have those people in your life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a yikes from me.
It's super yikes.
You can't catch somebody in the bed with your chick, dude.
He has broken ribs.
That's the weakest shit I've ever heard about.
Yeah. So you're just casually hanging out with you. He has broken ribs.
Why were you reading the book? Why did you tell me you're reading a book then?
Exactly.
It's over. Good call. Breaking up.
Yeah.
How to get over it? Work on yourself.
And just like think of how shitty she's been to you. Like,
yeah, this is not a person who's worthy of you.
You know what happens when you go through breakups, even if they were with shitty people, your brain does the same thing as when people die, where like it wants to grieve by like thinking of all the good times.
Yeah.
Because it feels better.
Yeah.
But don't do that. Think of all the bad times. Think of how much they hurt you, and then promise yourself to never put yourself in that position again.
Amen.
Yeah. That you will not settle for that.
And good luck. We're rooting for you, obviously.
Yeah, good luck. And good riddance.
All right, next one. My boyfriend left me. This is a 20 female.
Okay.
Boyfriend's 24 male.
All right.
Because of my hair. Now he wants me back.
Weird.
So this might sound dumb.
It does.
But my boyfriend of 2 years, 24 male, broke up with me because of my hair. Or at least that was the final straw. Ever since I was a kid, I've always struggled with super dry and frizzy hair. And at the time I was using a new serum and styling it a little bit different, which I thought looked good. One day he asked me to go see some movie with him. I forgot exactly what movie it was, but it was like a horror movie or whatever. Anyways, I spent like an hour before we went there getting ready. I put a nice outfit together. I did my full hair routine and makeup routine. I put effort into making sure I look good. So then tell me why after the movie, when I'm getting out of the car, he turns to me and just casually says, "You kind of look like Beetlejuice right now." I knew you'd like this one. And she's like, TF, you mean I look like Beetlejuice? And then he just kept giggling. So I slammed the door and walked away. I think he realized he made a mistake because he FaceTimed me and said it was just a joke about how my hair was similar to Beetlejuice. And that my face was really pretty. Like that makes it any better. We got into a whole fight about it, and he ended things over FaceTime.
Oh.
After the breakup, I spiraled for a while, but finally decided to fix my hair once and for all. If not for him, then for me, all caps.
Mm-hmm.
I tried everything until I found something that finally told me was wrong with my hair. Now my hair is soft and healthier than it's ever been. This was about 4 months ago, but
It's a blessing in disguise.
But guess who came crawling back? My ex saw me at a party and he said, quote, "I look like a whole new person." Now he's texting me, begging for another chance. Honestly, I feel conflicted. Do I take him back? I don't know. Maybe I was overreacting the first time, arguing over such a small comment. But I also know he wouldn't be trying to talk to me again if it wasn't for me fixing my hair and not looking like Beetlejuice.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, that might be true. But
we don't know that.
I'm glad that this led you to finding the fix. It's good. Also, you're just young. Like, I feel like we all go through an ugly growing pains stage where like we're trying different things and maybe we think it works and then we look back later and we're like, oh, that definitely didn't work,
Yeah.
I mean, I plucked the shit out of my eyebrows. Like I would grew up in the early 2000s and late 90s and that was in, and like huge regrets like to that. I look back at pictures of like, my hair was dyed orange, things like, I don't know, things that you're just trying, you're just trying your ass off.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and you're not secure
Seeing what sticks.
You're not secure with yourself yet. So like people's remarks go a long way. So I had a guy break up with me. Maybe this is why you picked this one. I don't know.
Yeah,
but like, I brought it up last night, but like this when this guy broke up with me, he broke up with me through his friend. And he listed off like every single thing that was wrong with me. And one of the things was that like I had a mustache. So I was like hyper, like I was already kind of insecure about it, but I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know what to do about it. And then
shave the mustache.
Like, and then people were like, oh, it's hardly noticeable, you know? So like I always thought, okay, maybe it's just in my head. So for him to like list that, like set me in a tailspin. He listed a lot of other things. I had trouble like talking to people for a while after that. I had like no self-esteem, but I mean,
can I just say I'm grateful to this guy because you don't have a mustache?
Yeah, it's true. Well, okay, it also led me to do stand-up because my first stand-up set was like basically about this breakup. But anyway, I nared my upper lip, and so nair is like a chemical thing. It was popular back then. But if you rub it, it can give you a chemical burn. Yeah. So I rubbed it a little too hard, and it did take off my mustache, but it also just like left pus scabs, like my whole, it was like an open wound across my entire, upper lip. Yep. So embarrassing. Like rough. I did it to like get rid of this mustache, and now I have to go to school with like rough open wound pus scabs on my fucking lip, and I'm freaking out. Okay. And it sucks. But now the hair didn't really grow back. It grew back like extremely fine, like even the little hairs that do grow back, and then I just pluck them out. And I don't even I don't really have feeling there. You're saying it was worth it. I'm glad I don't have a mustache anymore, but yeah, that guy said a lot of other things, like I'm not girly enough. So I like tried to get into girly things. Like I tried to like, get high heels. It was really hard to walk in. I couldn't do it. I tried to like, invest in some makeup. I don't know. I tried a lot of things, but you're just like, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have TikTok telling us like how to look pretty. Yeah. So there was a lot of misses. Okay. But with this girl, I'm saying that one, guys are visual creatures. Like they are attracted to what they're attracted to, and like visually, and they can't help it. Yep. I don't think that he broke up with her because of the hair, though. I think he broke up with her because she was making a big deal about his joke. Out of the comment. Yeah, he made a joke. I think that's really why the breakup happened. I can't say for sure, but I really completely agree with you. But I do think that's why.
She took that thing to the umpteenth.
Yeah, because it was one of her insecurities.
Yes, exactly.
Which led her to finally finding the solution to change it. Yeah. Okay. And then
now looking like Beetlejuice is a big up. Yeah,
exactly. And now she had a little glow up, okay? And he acknowledged that, and he's like, let's give it another shot. And she's like, he only likes me because my hair changed. Well, it maybe he always liked you, and that was like a huge miscommunication.
Yeah, I think things spiraled.
Yeah, things seem to have spiraled. And also, I was just listening to this girl, some video yesterday about how we kind of get in our own heads about things, because we need to find love for ourselves. And she was talking about how she was very lonely and like wanted to find love, right? And she always thought that when a guy would break up with her, it was because she was too fat. And she wasn't even fat, or like she just, would think that if she got skinnier, that a guy would love her more. But it was really just her not loving herself. Yeah. And not liking
not
her,
not feeling worthy of love.
Yeah, not feeling worthy of love unless she has like a perfect body. Right. And so she did get into shape, and she did like meet the love of her life, and then they got married, and then she got a little out of shape, but she still loves herself because the guy that she's with loves her for who she is 100%. And like it's a freeing thing to not relate, like you're correlating something that probably isn't the cause. Exactly.
Exactly right.
Correlation versus causation.
We're smart people.
We are smart human beings.
We're smart people.
I mean, but we all, I feel like women especially go through that because the world puts so much of an emphasis on beauty in the women's space. And also because guys are visual people.
Yeah, we are.
So it seems to confirm that. Even though it's not true, the things that...
Well, it's rewarding for a woman to be when a guy finds them attractive if they're trying to do something or get somewhere. Or
the problem is the other way around.
Correct.
Where like if something goes wrong, if something goes wrong, like we broke up, and now I'm attributing it to like an external feature, like a physical feature, and it maybe probably wasn't even about that.
Yeah, it's true. No, it always look. I know about how the male gaze, all that stuff like that, but man. There's a whole vertical right now called OnlyFans where chicks are making billions of dollars a year, and dudes could not do that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Right. I know.
You know?
And both arguments, it's hard with that one because I agree. I get it. I get both sides.
It's just what's real.
Yeah.
It's just reality.
Because men are willing to pay. They're
Yep.
exploiting that aspect of
works.
men. And then men are getting mad about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, you know.
Can't believe these whores are making so much more money than me.
Yeah. They're going to fall off and then they're not going to be able to get a real job and stuff.
Oh, well,
and
cool,
like,
dude. They're making like $30 million a year, some of them, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, I mean, and good for if they are fine with doing that, then that's on them. You know, if it's as long as it's empowering for them, I'm for it.
Amen.
As long as they don't feel degraded doing it.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, check this one. Try this one on for size. My husband, 29, a female 29. My husband, male 30, lied about going to workout classes with his coworker. How to approach? Yep.
I'm guessing the coworker was a girl.
Here we go.
Okay.
Husband said he's going to some new martial arts classes alone. Mm-hmm. Turns out he's going with his female coworker, Lisa. I went through his phone because I remembered a month or two ago he mentioned he might go to some classes with her.
Okay, that's a big red flag, but okay.
The class starts tonight.
I don't like that she went through his phone.
The class starts tonight.
Okay.
I'm so hurt he lied, and now I fear the reason for his lie. Do I confront him today before the class or after a few classes have gone by to see if I can get more info on if something was going on between them? Backstory, they seem like close work friends. They vent about their boss and both like tattoos and martial arts. He told me I'd get along with her a couple of times. I've never met her in person, so I'm not sure what their dynamic is really like. They send each other memes on Insta sometimes. She's attractive. I don't know how I'd feel about him going to these classes with her. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. I'm definitely not comfortable now that he's lied.
Wait, what was the lie? He said he was going alone?
Yep.
Oh.
Turns out he's going with Lisa.
With Lisa.
Instead.
Well, like, I would be suspect of why he lied about that.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I don't like that she went through his phone.
I don't like that she went through his phone.
Yeah.
But she caught him.
Okay, so you already have trust issues with him.
Yeah, she clearly does.
Is it a husband, you said, or a boyfriend?
Husband.
That's harder.
Yeah.
Because, like,
tricky.
Yeah. I mean, I would just confront him. Like, don't try to get more info. Like, if he's going to do things to cover up his tracks better next time because you're confronting him, then you need to, like, be aware of that. And maybe this just isn't a healthy relationship.
What do you think about this? So the top response says, tell him you've decided that you'd love to take that class with him and see what his reaction is.
That's a good one.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Because you would kind of you could tell his intentions right away.
Yeah, and then you can see the dynamic too.
If he's immediately like, oh, why would you take the class with me?
Right.
Then it's like something sus going on, maybe, right?
Maybe. Or you could just be direct.
Or be direct. I think be direct.
I think direct is just always the way to go.
I know.
I would like that to be, because you never, what if it's like a whole miscommunication? Like what if, I don't know, and it doesn't seem like it is, but
no,
like,
it does not.
But like, I think the reason she doesn't want to be direct is because she has to admit that she went through his phone.
Good point.
So like a way around that is to say like, let me go to the class.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say this guy's a scumbag or anything like that. Like,
no,
it could be just a miscommunication thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe he wasn't going to take the class with her, and then it turns out that,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
that's what I was thinking. Like I like to give benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Especially if it's someone.
If there's a reasonable explanation, then it's just a reasonable explanation.
If it's like my husband that I like, we've built trust. You know.
Right. You would think.
I would give a benefit of the doubt for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. People's relationships are different. If he's been caught doing shady shit in the past, then that adds a little flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would be just direct to, I don't know. I'm too old for the games.
Agreed.
There was a time where I, was in a relationship where like we were just talking about liars, like, and I went through the phone because I was being gaslit. And I was like, I know, I feel crazy. And like, I just was reaching for something to tell me I'm not crazy. And I found it.
Yep.
And I'm glad I found it. And I don't regret going through that person's phone because even though I don't agree with it moving forward, I promised I would never date someone where I felt the need to go through their phone again. And I haven't.
Credit to me.
I've never gone through Steve's phone ever. I've never even felt inclination to go through his phone.
You should sometime. It's pretty entertaining.
I've gone to like look at when he's like, oh, can you get my phone and look up blah 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 or whatever, like maybe once or twice, and it's so boring in there. It's like fucking crypto and like cat pictures. It's like so boring.
I have a lot of pictures of our cats.
Yeah, like
also pictures of like outlets.
But ultimately, I think you can just tell when your partner's attention is going towards something else and
That's
they're
true.
not like loving you the same.
Like you said, intuition's really important.
Yeah. So like
Trusting your gut.
if you were doing something behind my back, you know, kudos to you because I feel loved the same right now. Like
Exactly.
I don't feel like there's been any attention taken away from me.
Hell yeah, dude.
And also, whoever you find is definitely gonna be a downgrade. So
Agreed. 1,000%.
not even worried.
I'm not even out there looking because I know it'd be a downgrade. But if I thought it would be an upgrade, I'd be all over it. I'd be Googling all over.
Who just out of curiosity, who would you point to as an upgrade? Like what kind of picture?
Sydney Sweeney. We're gonna go on a break and we'll be right back.
Hey, we're on a break right now, and I guess we're supposed to promo our show.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about our show.
We're gonna try to get a show that you took a break from to like
Right.
talk about how you should listen to our show.
Technically, we're not on break. We're still working.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You, and it's all the shit that we wish people would have told us that we had to mess up on and figure out ourselves. Now we're telling you about it.
That's it.
And sometimes we answer questions that you send in, and sometimes we judge other people's situations.
So keep listening and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Thank you.
And shout out to Brian Jorgensen. It's the exact opposite of what I look like.
I know girls always get really upset about
Opposite. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, I'd be mad too if it was someone that looks similar because I'd be like, oh, she's a better version of me.
Yeah.
So
What's
you
worse?
really
You can't
you
win.
can't win.
You can't win.
But like, I'll never have big boobs, big natural,
Big
natties.
Big natties. Yeah.
I'll never have big natties. I'll never be a blonde. I'll never have blue eyes.
Maybe you could drink more milk.
Maybe you should go fuck off and find that person.
If you can't tell, we're back. By the way, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Relationship's going great still.
It's
and,
me, Nikki Limo, not Sydney Sweeney. To the disappointment of others on the podcast.
That's right. I just think that she's really smart. Actually, that's what I like about her.
Okay, so you think she's smarter than me?
I've heard that she's really, she could be, but I personally don't think so. But a lot of people.
And that's
seem to
something
think
you
that.
want? You want someone that's smarter?
No, I'm good with how smart you are.
Thank you.
I'm very happy about it.
Thanks. So you think I'm dumb?
I like when you're dumb, but not always.
Okay.
All right, check this one out.
All right, let's check it out.
Check it out like I'm checking out Sydney Sweeney. All right, here we go.
Oh my god.
How do I?
This better not be real because you said your
I'm
hall
actually
pass before was Scarlett Johansson, which is really in line with
I'm
the
actually
type.
just looking up a picture of Sydney Sweeney right now. I'm not even
Why?
reading anything. I'm making all of it up in my head.
That's weird.
Oh, here we go. My hall pass
Sus.
before was
Helen Mirren, but that was a joke. But you said your Hollywood crush before was Scarlett Johansson.
it was back in the day.
Okay, well,
But
that's very in line with Sydney Sweeney-esque.
the Sydney Sweeney thing was a bit.
Well,
You asked me. I just improv that off the top of my
see.
head. So yeah. Anyway,
we're fighting.
we do have a bit on JK about Sydney Sweeney though.
Do you?
Because Bart thinks she's not attractive, and all the rest of us like,
Well,
what are you
that's weird
talking
too.
about?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Okay, how do I, 27 female, get over my ex, 29 male, cheating on me and being fine?
You don't.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. My ex, who I was with for almost 4 years, cheated on me in December 2023. I didn't find out until March, and he officially moved out in May 2024. Since then, I've met an amazing guy, 28 male, who I really like, have an amazing support group, and from the outside, it seems like I'm in a much better place. Deep down, I'm still so sad, hurt, and just overall, quote, ruined from my ex cheating on me. He met someone else and is fine. I think the hardest part is about a month ago, he literally emailed me, because he's blocked on everything else, a video of him having sex with his new girlfriend.
Ew.
It's like,
What?
wow, you cheated on me after being with me for 4 years. I'm finally moving on, and then you send me this.
That's so weird.
That's a weird
What
move.
the fuck?
It felt like he cheated on me and then doubled down on it to let me know he made the right call. I just don't know how to be happy with my life.
Ew.
Even though I know my ex was awful, I for some reason still miss him.
That's so weird.
Oh,
Why would
boy.
he send you? That's so disturbing.
That's a weird move.
That's so gross and weird. Oh my gosh. I can't even like.
I wonder if she knows.
How does that like make her miss him though? Like to
Whatever
me,
he's doing, it works on
I know.
her brain, and he knows it.
Apparently, because like
He knows it.
if I got sent that, I'd be like, "You're disgusting," and I'm so glad I don't even know what I saw in you.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically, I'd be like, "That's psychotic behavior,"
Agreed.
and I'm so glad that I dodged a bullet
Yeah.
on that one.
1000%.
I will say that when the rug gets pulled out from underneath you like that, when something ends suddenly, I think I've read before that when you break up, it takes at least half the time that you were together to fully get over them.
That makes sense.
So if they were together for longer than 2 years, then even though it's been a year, that's about half the time that they were together. So it would take up to this point to get over him. Or to move, not get over him, but move past like what happened.
You find out that your ex was talking mad about you, your whole relationship.
Yeah.
And then you can move on pretty quick.
I guess. But no, I'm not saying that you are hung up on her. But I think that those issues, like when we were projecting on each other for the first year, you know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
That was directly because of the relationships we just got out of.
Yes.
And
what I'm saying is I was blessed that I found that out and that helped me move on. Like,
you didn't miss her.
No way.
But the repercussions, like the way that it affects you,
Yeah.
I think stays around for that duration.
Yeah.
Because it definitely did for me, even though I did not want to be with my ex ever.
Totally.
Like I still was affected self-esteem wise, and like certain triggers would like make me feel unloved because of like that relationship.
Yeah, makes sense.
For a couple years, or like a year and a half into ours, because we were together for 2 years.
Right.
So I would say that even though it wasn't like I was hung up on him, the things that he did to like
had
the kind of trauma. Yeah. If I was actively healing them too. Like I was going to therapy. So it was like, I think that you have to be working on yourself too. So
Amen.
like, that's what I would say to this OP too, is that to work on yourself. But I do think that it's natural to be grieving a loss of something for a good amount of time after. Cause you take a hit on your self-esteem. Like, why wasn't I good enough?
Amen.
Why, like, what if I'm not good enough for the next person?
Yep.
What if eventually the person I'm with now that I'm so happy with, like, cheats on me because I'm not good enough? Like, you get in your head about that stuff.
For sure.
So I can understand that. The sending a sex tape and then like missing him after that, I do not understand that at all.
That guy's wild.
That is insane.
And whatever he's doing, he knows that it messes with her and he relishes that, it seems.
I would throw up.
He's a twisted person. Hell of a move. Okay, check this one out.
That is insane.
Insane move.
What would you do if your ex did that? Truthfully.
I'd feel bad for them.
I'd feel bad too. But
I really would. Oh, I would also let the person in the video know that that's
100%.
the number one thing. 'Cause do they even know? First of all, do they know that they did that video? Number two, do they know that they sent it to me?
Yeah.
Both crazy things.
I would not acknowledge the ex. I would go straight to try to find the person that was in the video.
Agreed.
And like tell them that happened. Yeah.
That's probably number one.
Because I think that whatever the ex is doing, he's trying to get attention. He's trying to get under her skin. He's trying to like get in her head. I wouldn't give him the benefit of that.
I would also reach out to the person in the video, the other person in the video, and I would just say like, "Hey, I wonder who else they sent this to."
Yeah.
Like very simply.
Yeah.
Hey, just wanted to let you know this exists. It was sent to me. I wonder who else they sent it to. I'm sorry, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then if they're like, "Ha, good, we got you good," I'd be like, "Wow, you guys are nuts over there, brother. You guys are fucking nuts." Okay, check this one out. I thought this one. What's that? Go for it.
Well, I was just thinking about how wouldn't it be weird if both of our toxic exes got together and then they did.
That did happen. That did happen. I actually just talked about that on JK.
It's so funny.
It's so weird.
I think that's so weird.
One of the saddest, weirdest things I've ever seen. And then tagging us while we're in Vegas.
That was so weird.
Before we lived here, obviously.
That is
we were
the
on
closest
a trip
I could come to this.
To this kind of reaching sadness, weirdness stuff. Like, why are you tagging us?
Yikes,
we're doing great, dude.
And we haven't talked to you on purpose. Have not talked to you
just leave us alone.
Years.
Weird stuff.
Weird shit.
Yeah, legit. Anyway, that dude's a weirdo. Anyway,
100%.
Here we go. Okay, this one, if you got kids around or whatever, maybe isn't the best one.
Earmuffs.
There you go. All right. How do I, 23 female, get over his 25 male size?
Ooh.
Yeah. I've no one to talk to about this, and frankly, I'm ashamed of myself. So here I am. Recently started dating my boyfriend. We haven't done the deed yet, but yesterday we were making out. I ended up giving him a BJ. The problem is his size. I mean, it's the smallest I have seen. Like, I could fit the whole thing in my mouth when it's fully hard. It's easy to say that size shouldn't matter and that there are different things we could do to, quote, compensate, although sex toys aren't available in our country. I'm just wondering, what if size actually does matter? What would I do?
Yeah, that's tough.
I actually really like him, although we haven't been dating long, but we've known each other for 5 years now, and I can see myself marrying this guy. I just get in my own head about this one specific thing. I also feel terrible about the way that I feel. Any experience or advice on this would be appreciated.
That's extremely tough.
Right?
I think, and this is, I fortunately cannot relate, but but like I've thought about that before.
Yeah.
Like, what if I really like a guy, and then like I'm in the love, but then like it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
But I actually do think that there's a certain chemistry that we have. So there's compatibility and chemistry in a relationship.
Yes.
Sometimes you only have chemistry and not compatibility, and that's when things are unhealthy and dangerous and toxic and all this stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes you have compatibility and no chemistry, and that's when things are boring and you feel like cheating on your partner or like you're fantasizing about other people because you don't have the other. To have both is ideal in the relationship.
Sure.
Okay. And I do think that if there's chemistry, and I can't say for certain because I've never been in this position, but I think that it wouldn't matter. I think that you would be pleasured by it if there was enough chemistry, because even just like a touch, sometimes like when you touch me, like, or we hug or whatever, there's so much more energy, magnetic, there's like
electricity.
Static. Yeah, there's like electricity. Whereas like
at 12 years in, by the way, shout out.
Yeah, and that means something.
Steve Green method works, by the way.
That's not nothing, That's not like, oh, I can will myself to have that. We just have chemistry.
Yep.
And then we have compatibility.
Yep.
I think that if someone touched me and it was electric like that for, and I was really into them and I was in love with them, and then they had a small peen, I don't think it would matter. Honestly, I think that it would be fine.
Yeah.
I think that there's that any sensation at all, because it's so much more sensitive, that it'd be fine.
I think that you're not going to know until you try.
Yeah.
She says she hasn't even done anything with the guy. I think you got to try it.
And I got to be honest, if there isn't anything, like if you don't feel pleasure from it, might not be the one you want to marry.
Right.
Because it probably means you're super compatible and there's no chemistry.
Yeah.
And it's going to suck.
Yeah. Do you want to go years without having doing the deed?
And like people say that sex shouldn't be that important, but actually it is.
It is.
It is.
It's very important. You can tell, like, if we haven't done it in a while, like there's like a difference in that in that
bitchy
chemistry that we have. Like I feel disconnected from her, and she's constantly bitchy to me.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I'm like snapping and then I'm apologizing, but I'm like, but I know why I'm snapping because it's just because of that. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so like I remember, man, a couple years ago, I hurt my back I was picking up these pillows outside.
The lightest patio furniture.
Oh my God, it was the worst thing. Well, because
he was expecting it to be heavier.
I was expecting it to be lighter.
Lighter.
But the
it had
pillows had been rained on. And so they were all soaked in rain, and they were all like little weights now. And then when I went to pick it up, it was so nonchalant, and I just picked it up, and I was like, oh shit, there's weight to it, and my back just like had a little kink in it for like 4 months, and so it was a rough one, man. That was rough.
That was rough.
Nikki was snipping at me all the time. And, dude, I was just not in the mood.
Hey, I got needs, man.
You got needs, dude. Then actually, I changed my computer chair, and that helped a lot.
Yeah,
oddly enough.
Bet.
Yeah, it did.
Also, just like. Not initially, but movement in general after the initial.
It was rough.
Yeah, I think that movement would help though. Like
defo. Defo.
But it's not like the end of the world. I know we have chemistry no matter what, but it sucks to be very attracted to your partner and not be able to,
Yeah, that was the driest spell we've ever had in our relationship.
I don't know. When I was first year of poker, WSOP, that was pretty dry too. That was on me.
That was on you.
That was on me.
Yep. You were constantly.
Yeah, it was a new thing, and it was very intense and stressful.
That is true. All right, check this one out.
Okay.
I thought this one was really interesting. I'm 20 female. My boyfriend, 19 male, is obsessed with my boobs and won't leave them alone. Advice. I, 20 female, have been with my boyfriend for 3.5 years. We definitely have had our ups and downs.
How old did she say the boyfriend was?
Boyfriend is 19.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. We've had our ups and downs and quite a bit of problems. One of the biggest being he is insanely obsessed with my bobs and my body in general. It just makes me uncomfortable. There are definitely times where I don't mind, but if I do mind, he acts weird, gets on his phone, gets quiet. He will also say things like, "You don't love me." He says it's a joke, but then he acts weird, so I start to think. He always wants to touch them, lay on them, kiss, etc. It's been like this since probably a year and a half into our relationship. We've had numerous talks about this. I tell him he's doing something. I tell him as he's doing this to stop. He'll listen when I stop, but then about 10 minutes later, he's trying something again. I really love him. I don't know where to go from here.
What do you love about him? I don't get it. Like, it seems like this guy is just like objectifying her, and I don't like it. Like,
it's to the point where I only feel like he wants me around to have boobs and to have sex. Why. Yep. And he makes me feel bad about saying no, so I just don't know if this is normal or if I'm overreacting.
Why do you love him? I just need to know why.
Yeah.
I just need to know what's the deeper part that she's attracted to, because it just doesn't seem like it has any substance.
He also has no game.
Right.
I gotta say, the biggest problem here is the guy has no game.
Are you a toddler? Like,
yeah.
It's just, ugh.
And the whole "you don't love me" thing is whack.
No, I'm just not attracted to anything that is being described here.
Yeah, this guy's whack attack.
That would drive me insane that would drive me insane. Like, he's not seeing you as a person.
No. Yeah, that one's pretty simple.
Yeah.
He's just like doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, he's immature. She's 23, he's 19. It's just going to be too much of a maturity gap.
Yep, this one's going to be pretty obvious, but I think it could be interesting. Okay.
Breakup.
Yeah, exactly. 35 female, right? Talking here. My boyfriend, 40 male, said he will never marry me. How do I proceed?
Break up.
Yeah, honestly, we don't even need to get in this one. Just break up. Just break up.
If marriage is what you want and they're telling you straight up they're not going to do it. We don't have
to read all this, right?
Nope.
It's like just break up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your
respect yourself.
Values have to be the same. You have to agree on how you want the rest of your lives to go. If you're going to get married and there's no like pressuring him into getting married, because then you know that he just did it to like bend to your will, and that's not how you want to live the rest of your life either.
Nope.
No.
Okay, this one's kind of wild.
Okay.
I, 38 female, am 7 months pregnant, and my 38 male husband wants a divorce. Don't know where to start, so here goes. Husband, 39, and I, 38 female, have been married 5 years, together for 8 years. Our entire relationship was built on a lie, as he was dating someone else at the same time as me.
Ooh, that's a big one.
I found out only after we were married. Turns out he's cheated on and off for most of the relationship up until supposedly 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
He has a sex addiction, and if he's not getting sex from me or someone else, he is masturbating 1 to 4 times a day. He sought out therapy for all of it and claims he would never cheat again, and I have been working on trusting again. I thought things were going well. He was excited when we were trying to get pregnant and happy when he found out we were having a baby boy up until about a month ago. I thought we were good. All of a sudden, he said he wanted a divorce, and there was no talking. It was like his mind was made up. He told me he never wanted the child and wished that I terminated it when I still could.
What?
Last time he threw around divorce was after he cheated 2 years ago and was quick to do so then, but we worked through things. I love him despite our past and just wanted this to work for the sake of us and this baby. What do you think if we stay together? What would you do?
No.
Oof.
Don't stay together.
Yeah, you're going to be single mom, dude.
No, it's going to be so rough for that child. It's going to be rough either way, but like at least with this one, he doesn't have an example of an unhealthy relationship.
Exactly.
It sucks.
That sucks bad.
Yeah. Sex addiction is no joke, and it's the one that gets made fun of. Like, it's like more shameful to like say you have a sex addiction than that you're an alcoholic or like or whatever. And like going to the meetings for that can be a little bit more shameful than just because the stigma is around it. But because of the rise of pornography and how easily accessible it is, it's actually way more common than what it's given credit for.
No doubt.
So many people have sex addictions, and there's different unhealthy coping mechanisms, cheating being like one of them, obviously. But like, I mean, do you really want to like be worried what your partner's doing like all the time, and that they can flip on a dime like that?
I know.
And, like while you're pregnant,
there's no trust.
No, there is absolutely no trust.
Because then what if something happens? Like you got to go home for like a little while and visit your parents or whatever. You're just always going to be thinking about
100%.
What they're doing. And no matter what they tell you on the phone that they're doing, you're not necessarily going to believe all of it.
Exactly, because that's what addicts do. Like whether they're addicted to drugs or sex or whatever, there's like they're going to say whatever they need to say. Exactly. Whatever they got to do to get it. That's what they're going to do.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's just better to get out. Please don't stay. That sucks. I'm sorry. It really sucks.
Yeah, the rise in...
It's way easier to say than to do.
The accessibility of the pranos is like a huge issue that we as a society have yet to grapple with.
Of the what?
Of the pranos.
What's pranos?
Like porno.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like our society just hasn't has not grappled with it yet.
No, because it's taboo. So like people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's like hard to deal with an issue that you can't even talk about.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, this is just not a person that you want to keep in your life. And I'm sorry that you're dealing with this.
Yeah.
But like,
stuff.
I know in your head, it's like, okay, but then I'm gonna have to be a single parent and that's like so scary and lonely. And like, yeah, it is. But also way better to go
being
this
disrespected,
route,
cheated on, everything else.
And feeling like you have to beg this person to stay with you.
No thanks.
Like, just run far away.
Yeah. But don't run because you're pregnant.
Find support. You'll find a support group. Just find a friend. Like, go talk to your friends. Like, just spend a lot of other time with people that love you.
Yes. Surround yourself with people that love you.
Yeah.
And let them bug you and invite them in when they're bugging you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that always helps, I think.
Yeah.
People like, hey, let's go somewhere. And you're like, I don't want to. You should go. Just go.
Yeah.
Just listen to them and go.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, kids.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that.
Week.
Maybe it was helpful to some of you out there that are struggling with similar things.
Exactly.
I'm going to have to go talk to Sydney Sweeney's agents about
maybe an
dialing
introduction.
It down. Yeah.
An introduction.
Maybe just like dialing down her career a little bit so my husband isn't so tempted by her. Imagine.
I can't. I also like the idea that Sydney Sweeney would be throwing herself at me.
Yeah. I don't have like someone off the top of my head.
What about Glenn Powell?
I guess Goslings.
Ryan Goskins?
Goskins, yeah.
Yeah.
But not really.
I know. I know.
You know?
Yeah. I'd be way more afraid of Eminem than anybody.
That's true.
Eminem, I'd be.
But he's grandpa now.
I know, but I'd still be shitting
like
bricks about it.
Actually gonna be a grandpa.
I'd be shitting bricks, dude. If you were in a room alone with Eminem, I'd be
so scared.
I would have a whole roll of bounty paper towels next to me. I'd be sweating my forehead so hard.
You wouldn't have to worry because, like, I don't think he'd want to get with a girl that just shat herself.
Yeah, good point. That's a very good point.
I would die. I would shit myself. I'd melt into a puddle. I have no cool.
I know.
I'm not cool at all.
You're not cool at all. You're not a cool person at all.
Even people I'm like mildly a fan of, I still have to go up to them, tell them I'm a fan. I just like people to know that I'm a fan.
You're such a casual. I love it.
I know, because like in my mind, I'm like, well, we're never gonna be peers. I might as well tell you I'm a fan.
Yeah, love it, love it.
Then sometimes we do end up being peers, and I'm like, sorry, I said I was a fan.
Exactly, it's the best thing in the world.
I've been blessed that most of the people I'm friends with, I didn't know what they did before. I didn't know anything about them.
Amen. Look, if you like the show, nothing helps the show more than joining us on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky.
STIKKI.
You get the show a day early. I do my show Crypto Corner on there every week. Also, we have the best Discord community in the history of time and space.
Yeah.
And we do a live stream every month with a free roll poker tournament that follows immediately afterwards.
With cash prizes for top 3.
Yes, sir. So yeah, $5 a month. Well, you can't beat it.
Do it. We'll see you over there.
Yep. And
Peace.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. If you like the show, share it with your friends. Thanks. Bye.